Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 2 of the course. And before we get into the course, my motivation topic this week is about. I actually found a video this week with Arnold Schwarzenegger again, but talking about a topic about passion. And so that got me thinking about all of us and what we do in life. And so passion for success. All of us have to have a passion for whatever we do. And sometimes what we find out is maybe we don't. So a question would be what is your passion? What did you love to do when you were a kid? All of us when we're kids, you go out and play, you have these ideas, these dreams, and depending on your background, where you come from, you might have different opportunities. But still the question is, what did you love to do? Or another question might be, what did you love to do? Again, as kids, once we grow up, things change, things happen, and you end up with the perfect job and everything is great, wonderful, and all your dreams came true. The other scenario, of course, is maybe we're miserable. Maybe things didn't go the way we want them. And, it's like, what happened? You had all these ideas you wanted to do. Right now, you're in an MBA program, or you may be doing something in a career, or whatever the case is, but maybe you're not necessarily where you want to be in the long term. And the thing you got to do is, why are we not where we want to be? And one of the common things is it can be background, it can be a lot of things. I inserted something here about myself, about regardless of background. My parents got divorced when I was like 6 years old, somewhere around 1960, 61. And so my mother took me to Ireland. And so I stayed over there for 4 years. So that's me on the right there with my sister. But when I got to Ireland, we lived in a house that looked like this. This is pretty much what it looked like. It had that thatch roof next to the dirt road. And, there was no, they had just got electricity. So there was one light bulb in the house when I got there. There was no refrigerator, no bathroom, no water. Actually, thanks to the marvels of Google Maps, I was able to find the water right here in the middle, the water pump. And up down that road there, about a half-hour walk, that we'd come down to the water pump, fill up the buckets of water, and walk back. So it was about an hour round trip to get drinking water. And then you had rainwater that filled into the big barrels. But anyway, my point is, regardless of background, you have to come up with things you want to do. Sometimes we use excuses. We blame life or where we came from, or our presumed station or status in life. I got this picture here of Philadelphia. I lived in Philadelphia for a couple of years. And so one of the things I remember there is, depending on which part of town I was driving through, is the absence of cars. You had lots of houses, but people couldn't afford cars. And again, that's depending on what where you came from, your background, the poverty level. And one of my observations today is people have expectations. People claim to be poor, but they have phones, they have cars. Now I'm going back to when you didn't have phones, you didn't have car, things like that. But again, there's expectations and there's presumptions of passing blame, I guess I want to say, versus, going for it yourself. You can use excuses. You can let distractions get you. You can let the obstacles stop you. Or you can have a passion for what you want to do, whatever that is. If you want to go crawl in the mud and have a passion for it, there you go. But whatever it is, you're in the MBA program, so you have a passion to get the education. But what is the passion level? You got different levels. And this Arnold video here, I think it's about 10 minutes, but I'm going to have that included in here, the link for that. And but he talks about passion. And again, you have to have a passion for success. You gotta want it and go for it. Don't just talk about it, think about it, and look at it. You actually have to do it. And don't let distractors stop you. Don't get sidetracked by someone else's agenda. And by someone else's agenda, I mean you may have family, you may have friends, you may have a group, and they have a totally different agenda from you. some people get caught up in politics and current events, or, whatever the case is. And, that may be fine, but if that's a distractor, if that's stopping you from chasing your dreams and your goals, then don't let it happen. Go for your dreams, your goals, and your passion. Don't let anyone stop you. And sometimes people stop us from doing what we want to do. Don't let anybody stop you. Take charge of your life. Take charge of your goals. Take charge of your passion for success. Passion for success is it. You've got to have that passion. All right, Jamie, into your courses here real quick. So 565, the Global Business one. Good work. So, I mean, you're at the point now where, everything you do is good, so there's no complaints or anything. So just pretty much keep doing what you're doing. If you got questions, let me know. Let me see. Yeah, so you're on track here on this one. Then on your capstone course, real quick. Let's get in here. I already looked at your assignment when I did this, so so on this one, okay, so you're right on here. This is all good. The only comment I have is the grammar thing. Okay, right here, I think it was page 3. This paragraph here. Now let's consider the reasons. Just from a grammar point, especially when you go on into the PhD thing, there'll be sticklers about grammar. So you don't start sentences with now. Okay, so that's just one of those little minor things. But otherwise, like your formatting and everything, this is pretty much you're giving me flashbacks when I did my PhD, because when I did the PhD, and it depends on where you go, different structures might have different, but this is pretty much how everything I wrote had to be. Every sentence had a reference. So sometimes there wouldn't be, because you're inserting your personal opinion or something into an assignment, but for the most part, yeah, so you got this, I think, pretty well down. But you may have some instructors who have their own interpretation of APA, but but yeah, yours should be good. And you just can use the same document. So when you just go in here and you can put week 2 or something, but then when you submit the final one, just go back and re-edit and take out like the week 2, week 3 type stuff. So, but otherwise, good work. So just keep doing what you're doing. If you got any questions or anything, just get in touch with me. All right. And have a great week. Hope everything's going good, and talk to you next time. But first, if you want a test question, somebody in the other class asked me a question, so that's why I did I didn't do Grandman this week. I did myself. They were interested in my background, so I had these 3 pictures here, like me there in the front middle, me on the front left. That these are back in the late 1980s. And then the test question I gave them on this one was, hey, this was in the Philippines, but what was I doing? So there you go. And with that, now I'll let you go. All righty. Have a good week. Take care.